haven't done a video of my own in a while. One that I totally came up with, or whatever. I've mostly been doing responses lately. Because I thought I would do a video about a subject that needs to be talked about. Tipping. When you go out and eat. Yeah, it's important that you do that. Let me explain why. In the state of Georgia and a lot of other, well, it's a federal minimum wage for people who are tipped is $2.13 an hour. Now, some states adopt a little higher because of cost of living and stuff like that. Like out in California, I think it's like $9 an hour, and Florida it's like almost $4. It's like $3.83. But in Georgia, it's $2.13 an hour. I'm a waitress. I've said this in another video, and I want to talk about tipping. Okay, for standard okay service, and the normal rule is 15% of the total bill. It's not hard to figure that out. This is how I do it. Say your total is $30 for your meal. 10% of 30 would be $3, and then half of 3 would be $1.50. So to add the two together, you got $4.50. That's 15%. Now, if the server went way above the call of duty, was friendly, made sure your drinks always were full, and just really made sure you were taken care of, 20% should be what you tip those type of servers. Now, another thing I also want to talk about when I talk about this, because I've heard a lot of people complain about the little spills that we do, when we're greeting you or whatever. We're required to do that. So, just listen to us for a second. If you're not interested, you don't have to get it. Obviously, you're the customer and we give you what you want. How you want it and when you want it. So, don't be rude and cut them off. That's really rude. You wouldn't do that to somebody else that was talking to you. So, treat your server like a human being. This is a job, And I see a lot of rudeness with the server when the kitchen messes up. Now, that should never affect somebody's tip. Never. And if you get food taken off your bill, remember that, okay? Tip what the bill would have been if the food wouldn't have got taken off. I can understand if the server didn't put your order in right. But most of the time, it's the kitchen that messes up. I hate to say it, but it is. Or somebody grabbed the wrong food out of the window. We have a little window in the back of the kitchen where there's heat lamps over it, and we pull the food out. And that's every restaurant I've ever worked at is like that. So, that's never the server's fault. Hardly ever is it the server's fault that your food came out wrong. Okay? Another thing I want to talk about, steaks. When you order a steak, if you want a well-done steak, it's going to take longer than any other temperature, because you got to make sure that it's browned all the way through. It's completely cooked. So those well and medium well, they take about, depending on the steak size, probably about 20 minutes. So unless you want to wait 20 minutes, don't get a steak if you like your steak well done. Another thing, if you have time restraints, like you're about to go to a movie, okay, and it's a Friday night, and the restaurant is full, let the server know. She can suggest or he could suggest things that are quick off the menu that won't take that long. Plus, they could go let the kitchen know that they need that food as quick as possible so that you can make your movie on time. Tipping is important. Very important. If you got under subpar service, it was just or it was okay service, at least give them 10%. Don't ever not tip. And another thing, if you sit at a table for 2 hours talking to your friend, you should tip more, because they're losing money off of you sitting there at their table for 2 hours when they could have probably had 3 or 4 more tables while you were sitting there, but you're taking up their table. So, I hope this video helped you understand some of the things about the food industry and why it's important to tip. Also, be nice to your server. Thank you.